Lacrosse season is back. Syracuse opens their season against Colgate this Friday inside the Dome. Here to get you ready for that matchup, Tim Leonard, Corey Spector, Cameron Macaulay on this web edition of Cuse Countdown. A lot of returners coming back for SU after they got bounced in the first round last year. But one of those returners, Tucker Dordevic, battled an injury in the offseason, and we just found out he re-injured that foot on Tuesday and will not go against Colgate.
Yeah, very unfortunate news if you're Syracuse, and you definitely don't want this to be long-term at all. But if this is going to be consequential against Colgate, and we know that Tucker Dordevic is effective on the man-up opportunities for Syracuse, we know he's a great Dodger. But if this hurts Syracuse's chances against Colgate, then number 10 SU is not deserving of number 10.
And you're exactly right about that. They have a big game coming up after this Colgate game against Albany, so you don't have to risk Tucker Dordevic at all. Give some younger guys some chances. Dordevic is such a good scorer out of the midfield. You want him at 100% for that Albany game.
Last year, they beat Colgate pretty soundly in the season finale, the regular season finale, 17-5. Cam, how do they get the win again?
It's less how do they get the win, it's more how they maximize what they can learn from this game. And for me, that is experimenting on offense. Figure out what kind of looks you're getting, because this team, not a lot of defensive questions, but there are some offensive questions there. They have, play some freshmen, play some different lineups, mix it up. You will never know what this team can provide if you don't try and experiment a little bit. So take this game against Colgate and do just that.
I'll go to the opposite side. I'll go to the defensive side. If you're Syracuse, you got to remain focused on defense. Tim underscored how much of a blowout this was last year. Syracuse won by 12 goals. But this Colgate team is a little bit newer, a little bit more fresh. There's a new head coach, Matt Carrick, who steps in, a former assistant from Notre Dame, plays with more of a looser style, even encouraging some positional changes. And Syracuse, we know that the defense is great. There's 3 veteran defenders on this SU squad. But the goaltender is different. Drake Porter steps in. He hasn't played in a full game in nearly 3 years, since high school. Syracuse has to defend and stay focused on the defensive side.
This is actually a very solid Colgate offense. They were top 10 nationally last year, returned their top 3 scorers. Corey, I think I already know your answer, but are they going to get it done?
Yes. 15-7, Syracuse takes the victory. There's just too much talent on this SU squad, and if, like I said, if Tucker Dordevic's out, which he is, and that's a problem, Syracuse really shouldn't be in the top echelon of college lacrosse. Syracuse wins because there's so much talent. I know Griffin Brown, I know Sam Cleveland, those are effective players, but that's really it for Colgate. Syracuse wins.
I have Syracuse winning too in this one. 13-4 is my final score. And it really comes down to a first-year Colgate head coach implementing a new offense against John Desko's defense. And this might be one of the best defense SU's had in a long time. Anchored by Nick Mellon, who is maybe the best one-on-one defender in the country. He can shut down Sam Cleveland. I think Syracuse's defense propels them to this win. 4
goals. That's really not that much, Cam. I'm going 14-8, but also Syracuse. A clean sweep for us here on this web edition of Cuse Countdown. For Corey Spector and Cameron Macaulay, I'm Tim Leonard. Enjoy the game, everyone.